guys, JustMe ROMS back again with another tutorial. Today I'll be showing you how to unbrick a Beelink Amlogic s905 MiniMX 1G/8G. Been getting a few requests again lately for this. Now it's pretty much the same process as what we did in the S802s and S812s and S805 MXQs. The only difference is it's using a different EMMC package. Now it's using a 4SC, if that's how you pronounce it. Sorry if I've pronounced it wrong. NCEMASD9-08G. Now I'm also led to believe that Ace Max Mini M8S uses it as well, and other OTT manufacturers. Okay, let's start with basically what tools and software we need. Most of you guys should have all these. Okay, you're going to need USB burning tool version 2.0.5.15, which is a Windows-based app. I'll provide a link in the description. You're going to need a USB male-to-male cable, small Phillips screwdriver to unscrew 4 little screws, a strong pair of tweezers to push open the case, some sticky tape to isolate any components from shorts, a needle, a conductive needle, or some fine wire or solder to bridge the pins on the EMMC. You're going to need a plastic spudger tool to pry the PCB from the case, and you're going to need the MiniMX stock 107L1 or earlier firmware image, not the SD card download, but the image. And most important, a brain and a bit of common sense, guys. Come on, if you follow this guide, then it should be pretty straightforward. Okay. Step 2. Basically, you're gonna have to split the case apart and remove 4 screws. So what we're gonna need a strong pair of tweezers, and where the lamp port is at the back there, we're gonna push against the plastic casing and force it to open from underneath. Now, what you got to make sure is that you're not pushing onto the lamp port and you damage that. Okay, guys. So once we get the bottom open, we've got 4 screws. So basically we unscrew the 4 screws. Okay, next what we do, we've got to pry apart the PCB board from the casing, the housing. Basically what you've got to do is you've got to have the power light facing towards you, and where you can see the plastic spudger tool, that's an ideal spot. So gently pry the PCB board away from the housing. Don't give it too much force, because you might fracture the copper tracks and render the board completely. I wouldn't be praying on the Wi-Fi antenna board, which is located towards the right of us. Once we remove the board, okay, our next step is to bridge pins 4 and 5. And if we look down the bottom here, okay, we've got the dot over here, which is pin 1. And then we've got to count pins 4 and 5 and bridge those 2 pins. Okay, now the way I've done it is I've put a bit of sticky tape underneath the components so that I don't bridge out as well, and I've used a bit of blue tack to hold the solder wire in place. Once we do that, we need to load up USB burn tool and load up the stock image file. Like I said, 107L1's the latest. You can use 106, 105, 104. It doesn't really matter. Our main objective is to recover the box and get it into a working state. Once we do that, we can always upgrade from there. So once we've loaded up the firmware in USB burn tool, okay, what we're going to do then is turn the board over, and we've got to hold it down the reset button. So the reset button's on the other side of where we bridge the pins on the EMMC. So once we hold the reset button down, we've got to plug in the USB male cable to the side USB port, not the rear one but the side one. Now within a couple of seconds the Windows should detect the board, and if it does, you hear a Windows sound, and on USB burn tool you'll see connect success. Now once you see that, all we got to do then is just press start. Now the flash will take roughly 3 to 5 minutes, and if everything's going well you'll see a green status bar saying 100%. Now once you see that, you press stop on USB burn tool, disconnect the USB male cable, take away the solder from the pins and reconnect power. You should have a working board again. Now if you get any errors, an example, USB burn tool doesn't detect your board, either change ports, make sure that you've shorted the pins correctly and the right pins, make sure you've installed the walk-up drivers, and also maybe try a different PC. That's pretty much it, guys. If you've liked this tutorial, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Thank you.